Oh, hi. I saw you there. Marty McFly. Rockstar wannabe, modern-day Oedipus, and skateboarder. While I may know a lot about power chords and incest, I don't know anything about skateboarding. Luckily, there's a skate shop right over there. That one!
And you don't need no credit card to ride this train. Strong and it's sudden and it's close sometimes, but it might just save your life.
Back to the future. It's got lightning, it's got skateboarding, and I happen to have two scientists and skateboarders because what are the odds? A little bit Doc and a little bit Marty. I'm here with Tom and Sarah Long, who run Long's Board Shop, which we're standing inside of right now. Do you want to talk about the things going zap in the sky, or do you want to talk about the boards with wheels?
Let's talk about the lightning first.
Lightning, okay, we're going to go right to...
The most important thing is that there's no way he should have survived that lightning strike.
Yeah, let's just go right to
At
that.
least without his fuse being on fire.
Okay, talk about this. So Doc, you were saying that the metal burns you.
Yeah, when people get hit by lightning, anything that's metal heats up incredibly, as you can imagine. So wedding bands, pins, braces would be unpleasant, but the fly of your pants is very unpleasant, I've heard.
So there you go. Wear elastic waist pants.
Smarty dick fly. Cut that one out. 1.21 gigawatts. Is that roughly the amount of electricity in a bolt of lightning, or does it fluctuate?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
We'll just go to the internet. Why interview him? We can just Google this shit.
Sorry.
I feel like I did look this up at one point, and it was like just thousands. Like it might have been hundreds of thousands or something, but it was not anywhere near gigs.
You did mention having lightning without rain was
you can see. So okay, well let me back up. Sorry. So heat lightning is when you can see the lightning on the horizon, you can't hear the thunder just because of the way that light travels versus sound travels. So to have lightning like you saw in the movie without rain, the storm would have to be so far away, and considering the amount of time that there was between the lightning bolt and the thunder, it was right on top of them, especially with
right
frequent lightning. Exactly, so there would have been rain.
Now, I had a question, and this is something that's actually been bugging me for a while, and I figured you could answer. I'm half remembering a Discovery Channel special I saw once, but I saw a thing where they shot a rocket into the sky, and they could make lightning happen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this whole movie have been way easier if Doc could just do that?
Yes.
What if Marty drove around all day with like a kite off the back of the car, and in storm conditions,
so the key for triggering it, there's actually a trigger amount, because scientists do try to capture lightning to do things like find new forms of carbon and stuff. So it has to be enough static charge in the atmosphere to get a lightning bolt, but not so much that the lightning bolt has already happened.
Right.
Which is always like, it's a real like timing thing. You've got to, it's like a sweet spot of static charge in the atmosphere to actually be able to trigger.
But would Doc have the technology to build something that could do that in 1955, or is that something that wouldn't have been?
Okay, well let's.
I think he would have had the technology to build it, but not the know-how.
Great Scott! What the hell is a gigawatt?
Skitching. Never done it.
Yes, I have.
Super illegal. Ever been busted?
Super illegal, never been busted. By my mom once.
Yeah?
Which is actually worse. I'd rather be busted by a cop than my mom most of my childhood. So I'm like, that was
Have you ever done it off of a cop car like Marty does it in the movie?
No, that would be awesome. I have done it with Jeeps though. So.
Did you
Except the driver was not wearing a Mountain Dew trucker hat.
When was the skateboard invented? I don't actually know.
Usually people will give it the 60s.
60s? Okay, so he was like right on the cusp of...
So, I mean, we're talking about somebody who not only invented the skateboard, potentially,
but rock and
roll. Yes. I mean,
two things responsible for the downfall of American youth.
Okay, the jumping over the car. You say that it's a long shot, but it's possible?
Yeah, I'd kind of call it almost a modified hippie jump, which is when you send the board under something and you jump over it.
Okay, but normally that would be like a railing or something.
Yes, I've never seen anybody do it with a car, There is footage on the internet of. Remember, there was like a basketball player that jumped over a sports car.
Yes. Yeah.
There is somebody who ollies a real low sport car.
Really?
But
Go home and try it, kids.
he told you to, not me. When he pulls the 2B skateboard off of the crate thing, you know, that made it a scooter. If only it was that easy to turn the kids at the park scooters into skateboards, the world would be a better place. But and there are 2 trucks in the front beside each other and 2 trucks beside each other in the back, which would totally negate the whole pivot ability of each individual truck. Yet when he was doing his tricks like hippie jumping the car, it was like a single truck, so that he could do everything he needed to.
Yeah, and it switches in the movie.
Yeah, so continuity issue with
So does that mean that the way the kid had it originally for like a scooter, would that have worked fine, or would he not have been able to turn?
Yeah, he just wouldn't have been able to turn on a scooter, but he could have gone straight very well with 4 wheels in the front and 4 wheels in the back.
So the design of it was stupid regardless of whether it was a skateboard or a scooter.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did look like the kid put it together himself.
Yes.
Or...
But the sparks, there is a company that actually makes this guard that you screw onto the tail of your skateboard so that when you do drag the tail, it sparks behind it. So if you want to be like Marty McFly and spark your skateboard.
Or have sex with your mother. Tom endorses it.
As long as she's cute.
Well, that's all from Lon's Board Shop. Come on in. If you want to know anything about skateboards or science, get a sticker, put it on your car, and skate a bunch. Cinema 52.
88 miles per hour!
2,000
2,000.
volts per foot. Oh, that's how much is lost per
Oh.
foot of conduction.
Okay.
So if we could calculate however much lightning originally has and try to kind of deduce how much distance that is and know that it loses 2,000 watts
2,000 watts.
per foot. I've double checked the internets and it appears that lightning comes in terawatts. This is what happens when science geeks do it. If you think movie geeks are bad, like they're like, yeah, but how dense was the atmosphere at that moment? That's thousands. That's millions. That'd be 10 billion. So a gig is a billion, and how many do they need in the movie? 1.2?
Yeah, 1.21.
1.21. It would be fucking close. It would be close. And with the resistance from the distance that the line has to travel, it wouldn't be enough. Wouldn't be enough. I'm calling it. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on Doc.